Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Minecraft Evolution Let's Play. My name, of course, is System Z, and you may be noticing leaves falling down around me. Today, I am experimenting with a couple of things that are atmospheric in the form of mods. I hope you guys don't mind. If you do mind, I'll get rid of it. But basically, back in 1.7.10, there was this mod called Better Foliage, which does this here. You basically have falling leaves, a little bit of coral in the ground, and a little bit more texture on leaves. And I actually really like it because it adds a lot of atmosphere to the overall game. So let me know if you guys would like me to keep this. Otherwise, I mean, I can get rid of it. It's really no biggie. It really doesn't affect any of the gameplay. I just really love it. But guys, hello, welcome back to Evo. I've got a huge episode planned for today. We are going to be doing some building, but first, I do want to show you I have gone ahead and organized the entire inventory system. As you can see here, we've actually got trap chest rows and item frames with everything organized into the proper chest, which is absolutely amazing. We've got wool, we've got dyes and flowers, we've got a little bit of glass, not really much, redstone, all that good stuff, and even a couple of extra blocks that shouldn't be in some chests but are. I felt like obsidian kind of fit in the same category, really. It's just kind of a lava chest in a sense. But yeah, I've done that. I've also made this look a lot better, in my opinion. And then the chicken farm is just working absolutely awesomely. So yeah, I've done quite a bit. And if you don't remember, last episode, we actually went and did a lot as well. We grabbed some hardened clay, and I do plan on putting that to use today. I'd like to go over to Downtown Evo and actually start working on some of the apartment buildings that are going to be across the street, basically on the other side of Central Park. So let's go ahead and head over to Downtown Evo really quickly, and I'll show you what my plan is. I hope you guys enjoyed last episode and all the cool replay mod edits. I've got to admit, it ended up being a lot more difficult than I thought it'd be to do that, because apparently the replay mod in this version crashes a ton. So a lot of it was basically hours and hours of trying to get it to not crash on me. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it nonetheless, because I really enjoy how it turned out. But you know, on another note, I love this mod. This is just absolutely beautiful. There's another mod that I want called Matmos, but it was a little bit more difficult to install. It basically just adds things like winds and bird noises, but I don't really think we need that. So I want to go ahead and start working on the apartment buildings on this side, and that will basically complete my job in Downtown Evo, or at least what was originally asked from me. We've got these two builds here, but we definitely need more over here, and I'd like to at least add 3 or 4 right along this little line here. And I believe this road is actually the correct distance apart so that it matches this and it's a bit symmetric. So what we're going to do today is actually work on a new design for a build using a lot of the new blocks. In fact, most of this build will be using new blocks. So I'm going to do it pretty much directly across from probably this building, or maybe for the sake of not having it completely symmetrical, I'm going to do it where it centers up with this here. That way we can have 3, basically 1, 2, 3. So that's what we're going to do, but I need a couple of things first. We're going to need quartz. I'm pretty sure we need a lot more dyes. I'm going to need stained glass, birch wood, gray wool, all that kind of stuff. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and try and get some of this stuff together, and then we'll get some of it together on camera here. That way we can actually build this together. So let me get a couple of things together, get my inventory all situated, and we will go ahead and get started with this brand new project. Alright guys, so I've got a good amount of the things that I need. We got a little bit of birch wood, some light gray wool, and black stained glass panes, which is actually a lot easier to make than I thought. I would actually have expected that this would have taken a little bit longer, but honestly, the crafting recipes for stained and colored items is actually a lot easier than I thought it'd be. Basically, we need a little bit of light gray wool, or not gray wool, but hardened clay. All we've got to do is that, and we all of a sudden have a stack of 64, so we don't really need that much dye. In fact, I need a load of white stained clay, so we can easily get that if I just get a stack here. I can basically do a full stack of, or not even just a full stack, but, oh, whoops, messed that up. Not just a full stack, but a load of different stacks of white stained clay here, which is amazing. So this is going to be the main block. Now, obviously, the theme of Downtown Evo is that we have kind of a base block, which is usually some sort of stone, and then we have a main block. In this case, the base block is going to be birch planks, which sounds weird, but trust me, it's a good idea. And then white stained clay for the rest of it. Now, that's not the only thing, obviously. In fact, I think I made a little bit too much here. But the next thing that we need is quartz. Now, we're actually going to need a lot of quartz. So, fortunately, I have a Fortune 3 pick on me. See what I did there? So, we're going to need to take a quick trip to the Nether to try and gather the blocks necessary. So, that's going to take a little bit of time. But, hey, we'll probably ought to need to sleep first. There we go. What I was saying is we may as well check out the Nether together because we have not seen it yet in the new update. Now, I have seen it. Unfortunately, it was reset, which is very sad because that means Minnie actually lost basically all of his progress, which is quite the bummer. I'm actually really sad about that because I know he's been working on that for quite some time, but that was one of the things we kind of knew going for. What? Oh, okay. What? Okay. Oh, there's my name. Oh, by the way, I played with some textures with the iron bars for today's build. We're gonna see that in a moment. I'm sorry that you got a little sneak peek there, but this is I actually really like it though. It looks pretty good. This is new. I'm not familiar with this. It's not a jump. Obviously, we just did a portal jump. This can't be. I mean, I don't know. We're just gonna see what happens with that. I don't know what that is, nor do I think any other player does. Usually it's like a lot more grand if it's a portal jump, so hopefully it's not a portal jump. Oh, we're going right past the Nether. I mean, yes, it'd be great to jump versions, but we just did it, so I really doubt that that's what that is. Anyways, let's go ahead and get ourselves to the Nether here. As you can see, we've got a Nether Fortress right off the bat, which is pretty cool, but that is not really what we're here for. We're here for quartz, so that's going to take a little bit of time to get. Hopefully we can find a little bit. There's some up there. I'm basically going to have to get enough to make a couple of stacks of quartz blocks as well as the pillar blocks. So this could actually end up taking a lot longer than I'd hoped. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of get to mining here, and hopefully we can pull together enough to be able to at least make the facade of the building that we're working on today. Oh man, guys, quartz is no longer one of my favorite blocks because it is just so hard to get, or at least it took forever for me because I didn't combine my Fortune 3 pick with my efficiency pick like I should have done. Honestly, that could have saved me so much time, but you know what? It's all good because we've got the blocks. We've got a little bit of quartz, got a little bit of the blocks of quartz and pillars. Got white stained clay, a little bit of light gray clay, stained glass black panes, birch wood, and light gray wool. And there's a couple of other things that we're missing when it comes to details, but we shouldn't really need those yet. I'm going to go ahead and line up with the center here, which is this block, I believe. I do want to make sure. We're going to go ahead and start building this. Now, like I said, I'm only building the facade. The reason I do that is because I really like to get your opinions before I continue on with the entire build. So it allows me to kind of get an idea of what you like, and if I need to make changes, I can do so before really going all crazy. So that's basically why I do that. So I think this was the center. It is. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so this is pretty much the center block here, and what we're going to need to do is do 2 little blocks like this, and then I'm going to space them out by 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom. And then have 1 block here. Now, I'm doing this because I do have an idea of what this is supposed to look like. I actually need to clear this whole wall out now that I think about it. So let me go ahead and do that. That way we don't have to waste any time doing non-build stuff. I'm going to go ahead and take this wall out and see you once I've done that. There we go. All good to go. That was just a little bit in the way, so I couldn't have that there. This is actually going to follow the same exact format as this one over here, believe it or not, except I do have it a little bit off here. Now we need to do another 3 here and then do the same thing there. Now these are going to be the edges. Now one thing that's really special about this build in particular is it's going to be a little bit more concave than these are. Essentially, we're going to have these pillars on the side be a little bit more out. I think concave would be the word. It might be convex. I really need to look up those words because I use them all the time. I feel like I know, but I may be wrong. Basically, it's the one where the actual wall will be 1 block in. It's going to be inset, as we'll call it. With the bottom floor being made out of birch, and then the top floors being made out of white stained clay. Now, because we have the base block there, like we've got there and we've got there, I don't really want to copy those. We're doing something a little bit more unique with this one, and that's why I've got these here. I'm going to show you once I get these placed. Boom, just like that. We're actually using the light gray stained clay here. And like I said, I'm really excited about using these blocks because I feel like it's going to really just change things up for us, and it's going to be awesome using them. But anyways, let's go ahead and continue on here. Now, this is going to be one of the first window sills. So we're doing that there. And then we're going to continue using that and do the same thing here. Boom, boom, boom. Now, like I said, same format. So basically the windows, the placements, and all that are going to be the exact same. We can change that up in the future. But for now, I feel like it's a working formula that I'd like to keep using. So, yeah. All right. Now, let's see. I think we need one more layer. And then we can basically divide them up using another layer of pillars. Now, on the sides, however, we're going to use blocks of quartz. That's going to be a little bit easier for the actual walls, which really won't even be seen anyway. So maybe I should use another material just so we can save the quartz since it does take so long. So, yeah. All right. Once we do that, we're going to do the other layer. But first, I'm going to go ahead and get these all figured out. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the size of the window. Then we've got a little quartz windowsill topping that we're going to do. And then the divider right in the middle with 3 blocks. Now, the only problem here is because they're stone, the glass is going to look a little weird, but we can figure out something for that. Now, what we need to do is actually make a crafting table. That way we can actually make some slabs here because we do need quartz slabs as well. That's going to be one of our main blocks for the actual dividers. So let's go ahead and get these pulled together. We'll go ahead and throw those slabs out. And basically, we are going to do this design here. We're actually going to bring these in by 1, do this here, and have 1 block on the bottom layer, and then 1 on the top layer of the block right above, capping off each section here with these. That's basically our base, and we actually need to go to sleep here because it is getting a little dark. Also going to need a little bit of stairs, so let's go ahead and grab those and exchange things for coal and all that. Let's just go ahead and get our building blocks settled. So we're going to top the windows off with this design here. It's going to be the same all throughout as well. We're essentially going to have 1 block, one block here, and then 2 blocks on the side, just like that. So that way it covers the window ever so slightly. The rest of it will be made out of glass panes, and like I said, it's going to look weird with the stone being there and the dirt, but we will change that later. This is just to go ahead and get them placed. So that's the window design, and we are going to have something here. I just don't have it on me yet. And basically do the same thing on this side. There we go. And we do need to do one more thing in the center, but I'll just do that later. We basically need to add a separator. There's going to be a lot more detail to this than it looks currently, so don't worry about that. But the next thing we need to do is grab our quartz and slabs and go ahead and grab our dirt as well. We need a scaffold up here, and we're basically going to start on the next layer. Now, I honestly love this design. Just wait until you see it. I think it's definitely a lot better than the other ones that we've worked on, and it's going to add a little bit of, uniqueness to the entire city. I feel like this whole side needs to have a little bit more character than what we've got over there. It's really red, very vibrant, and I feel like this might help change things up a little bit. But again, your opinion really does matter here, so please leave your feedback down in the comments below once we actually get it all figured out. And what I'm going to do is work on this next section, and then I'll go ahead and kind of finish off the facade on my own with the help of the replay mod, of course. And we're basically going to do one layer here, so this is the next section up, and then we're going to do the windowsill again. Boom, 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 just like that. Divide it up, same thing here, and then we need to go 4 blocks up from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a windowsill, and then our divider block again. I know it can be very confusing, but again, it's the same format as from over there. So let me get the wall filled in, then we'll go ahead and get the glass as well and get it all figured out from there. Right, so here is basically the bare bones version of this build. You can see the block choices really make it look a little bit more cream than the other builds, which I think is kind of refreshing. Now, obviously, for the height, we're going to add an entire other section as well as a roof, so that'll make it a lot taller. I'm also going to add a couple of other details that should really bring it all together. But for now, let me know what you think of the block choices. And guys, I am going to go ahead and finish off this build using the replay mod. I'm going to try and do a montage, but if you don't see one, it's because it crashed on me. Just the last episode, it was really hard to get the footage to work, so I'm really hoping. So if it doesn't work, then we'll just see what it looks like once it's done. But if it does work, then you're going to see a really nice replay mod montage. Man, I really, really like these leaves, guys. I really hope you let me keep this mod. I mean, it doesn't change anything in the game other than this, and I think it just looks awesome. It's really refreshing. But guys, the facade of the new build is done, and it really helps to see a skyline across from the Central Park now, and I absolutely love it. Also, I retextured iron bars. Let me know what you think. I just feel like it fits the style a little bit more. Obviously, other players won't see it, but it still works how it normally is. It just kind of helps for me. So, yeah. But guys, this is basically what it looks like. And oh my gosh, does it just look so good, especially with the green from the trees. I know it's a very kind of unvibrant, like non-saturated build compared to these others, but I think it really spices things up, and it really just draws you in, bringing you into Central Park, which is already a good thing because it allows you to just explore. And once I finish the park, it's going to look really cool. But having more builds along the side and then another road and just all that kind of stuff, it's really going to just make this place look even more lively than it already is. And guys, please let me know what you think of the design itself. I know it's a little different, but I absolutely love it. And as you can see, I've used signs to kind of add another texture there, which I think looks pretty cool. I've also added those iron bars on the top, and that's mainly why I did the retexture, because I think it looks pretty good like that. But yeah, that is basically going to do it for today, guys. I'm very excited to see where Downtown Evo goes from here. And with that said, guys, that is going to do it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. My name, of course, has been System Z. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.